Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Nanice, and this is your astrology reading for the new moon in Aries, which is happening on Friday, April the 1st at 8:24 a.m. Cairo, Egypt time. So happy Ramadan to those of you who are celebrating. May this holy month bring you closer to Allah and bring you closer to God. For those of you who are not celebrating Ramadan, happy new moon. This is the first new moon of the zodiac year. So for this reason, it carries extra significance. I'm going to start off with the collective reading, and then I'm going to go through each individual zodiac sign. I highly recommend that you choose your rising sign. To find out your rising sign, if you don't know it, I put a link to the free online calculator in the description box below. And if you're finding it difficult for some reason, you can contact me as well. You can email me. I can help you find out your rising sign. And if you don't know what time you were born, you can use your sun sign if you're born during the day, or your moon sign if you were born during the night. Of course, if you don't know if you're born during the day or night, you can just go with your sun sign. But the most accurate reading you will find through your rising sign. During this new moon in Aries, there's going to be a new start in an area of your life. And when I looked at this chart for the new moon, I got this image of a baby and the first breath that it's taking. And if you've ever had the chance to see a birth, like a live birth, my spiritual teacher is a gynecologist, so I've had the opportunity to see births several times, and I've witnessed the first breath of many babies, and they always look pissed off. They're not happy looking at all. Their faces are all scrunched up, and they're like coughing, and they're like, bah, 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 like that. It's like a primal scream. The first breath is not easy. They're not used to that. They were so used to being in this cozy cocoon of the mother's womb, and suddenly they emerge into the world. It's an emergency. And that's the feeling that I get of this new moon. It's a Mars ruled sign, Aries, and Mars is conjunct Saturn, and the new moon is conjunct Chiron. So this gives me this sensation of there's this pain or frustration attached to this emergence of something new, and that's happening in your depending on your rising sign, it's happening in a specific part of your life at this time. So we are wanting to initiate something. We are wanting to bring to life something. Aries is a sign that initiates things. It's a cardinal sign, and we want to. And this is despite our woundings and despite our frustrations. We want to move on. I feel there is an element of pain surrounding this new moon. So despite that, I also feel like this upcoming month is going to be a very beautiful month. It's going to be full of mysticism and magic and enchantment and mystery. For those of you who are spiritually inclined, especially during this month of Ramadan. And it's a time to get a kind of divine intoxication. It's great for that. It's great for poetry. It's great for music. It's great for art. It's great for mysticism. However, there may be some very real limitations as well. And that's where the frustration might creep in. Or it could be like ways to... when you encounter these like limitations and these blocks, these are there to fortify us. These are there to build for us to build resilience, and for us to have grit. And for that, it's very good. But if you're expecting things to just flow smoothly and stuff, you're gonna be up for some rude awakenings. So just keep that in the back of your mind, that you may be kind of grinding during this month a little bit on certain things in your life, depending on where this new moon is taking place. So I feel that as long as you have that in the back of your head, you can move through these times with grace and with enthusiasm. which I feel that this new moon can inspire us with as well. It's like inspired action. So I'm going to go through each individual zodiac sign. I really recommend that you use your rising sign to try and figure it out. So I'm going to start off with Aries. For Aries, this new moon is happening in a very personal part of the sky for you. It's going to carry that much more significance for you because it's happening in your first house. And the first house is symbolic of your life, your life direction, your health, your vitality, your body, your character, your head, your psychology, your spirit. So it's the most personal, it's happening in the most personal part of the chart for you. So there's going to be a new seed being planted, a new start having to do with your person during this time. For Taurus, this new moon is happening in your second house of personal possessions, money, personal resources, and assets, including your time and your skill set. So how you earn your, like the money you earn and the money you spend. So there's going to be a new start having to do with those topics. For Gemini, this is happening in your third house of siblings, cousins, aunts, uncles, extended family. It's happening in your sign, it's a house of communications, so reading, writing, teaching, communicating, and the life of the mind in general. So the intellectual life. And it's also symbolic, this part of the chart is symbolic of your neighborhood and short distance trips and your everyday commute. So there's going to be a new start having to do with those topics. For Cancer, this is happening in your fourth house of home, family, parents, foundations, property, ancestry, roots, as well as places beneath the ground, secrets hidden under the earth, or things from the earth. There's going to be a new start having to do with these topics for you. For Leo, this is happening in your fifth house of creativity, children, pregnancy, arts, recreations, hobbies, and pleasure. So the things that you find fun. So there's going to be a new start having to do with those topics for you at this time. For Virgo, this is happening in your sixth house of selfless service, hard work, toil, labor, servants or workers or employees, and pets. So there's going to be a new start having to do with those topics. For Libra, this is happening in your seventh house of one-on-one relationships, partnerships, spouse. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, any one-on-one relationship such as friendship or business partnership, clients. There's going to be a new start having to do with those topics, and you may be feeling it quite strongly because it's happening in a very important, very powerful part of the chart for you. For Scorpio, this is happening in the eighth house of obligations, a sense of you owing something to someone or someone owing something to you, debts, loans, taxes, death, transformation, inheritances. And so there's going to be a new start happening around this new moon having to do with those topics. For Sagittarius, this new moon is happening in your ninth house of God, spirituality, mysticism, law, politics, foreign travels, foreign things, foreign people, long distance trips, pilgrimages, and religion. So there's going to be a new start in your life at this time of this Aries new moon surrounding those topics. For Capricorn, this is happening in your 10th house of career, public reputation, how you spend your time, like what you are known for in the public eye. So if you don't have a career, it could be that you're a stay-at-home parent or a caregiver. There's going to be a new start in your life having to do with those topics of what you are known to do in this world. For Aquarius, this is happening in your 11th house of wishes for the future. Wishes for the future. Friends, benefactors, alliances, social groups, colleagues. There's going to be a new start in your life having to do with those topics during the time of this new moon. For Pisces, this new moon is happening in your 12th house of hidden enemies, ego loss, self-sabotage, so how you can be your own worst enemy sometimes, addictions, hospitals, monasteries, retreats, isolation, and prisons, and large animals. So there's going to be a new start in your life having to do with those topics. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope this reading helps. I wish you all a very beautiful month, and I will be speaking to you guys soon in 2 weeks' time, inshallah, during the full moon. Take care. Bye.